brown and blue eyes.
She had big brown eyes. Her sister had big blue eyes. Her brother had big green eyes. Her mother had a gray eye and a green eye. Her father had black eyes. "Why are our eyes different?" she asked her mom. "Who knows?" said her mom. "Life is strange. It is full of mystery. This is a mystery to all of us." She asked her teacher. She asked the doctor. She asked the nurse. She asked the mailman. Nobody knew why her family had different color eyes. Finally, she asked the librarian. A librarian reads a lot. A librarian works in the library. A librarian is surrounded by books. Books have information. Lots of information. The librarian looked in all her books. She called other librarians. They looked in all their books. Still, nobody knew the answer. "I'm sorry, little girl," the librarian said. "Maybe someone will invent a computer someday. Then I will give you an answer. But for now, your big brown eyes and your sister's big blue eyes are a big mystery."
A second job.
"We are running out of money," Dad said. "I must find another job." Mom was a teacher. Dad was a teacher. They had 4 children. The baby had a rare disease. She was always sick. They had to take her to the doctor often. The doctor was expensive, but he took good care of the baby. He said she would be healthy in a few years. But Dad owed the doctor a lot of money. He looked in the paper for another job. He asked his friends about another job. Finally, he found another job. He became a taxi driver. After he taught school, he ate dinner. Then he went to the taxi company. He drove the taxi to the airport. He picked up people at the airport. He dropped off people at the airport. Some people gave him big tips. Some people gave him small tips. Some people gave him no tips. He drove the taxi for 8 hours. Then he went home. He was tired. He went straight to sleep. Every night he had a dream. Every night it was the same dream. Every night he dreamed about money. Every night the money was on fire.
The birthday party.
It was Susan's birthday party. She was 7 years old. She was born July 18th. She was in 2nd grade. She had many friends. She had friends in school. She had friends at church. She had friends in swim class. She had friends in dance class. Nancy was her best friend. Nancy and Susan did everything together. Susan invited all her friends to her party. All her friends came to the party. It was a pool party. The pool party was in her backyard. About 30 kids came to her pool party. There was a lot to eat. They had hamburgers and hot dogs. They had oranges, apples, and bananas. They had cake, candy, and marshmallows. They had soda and juice. There was a lot to do. They swam in the pool. They dove off the diving board. They floated on the floats. They played many different games. Everyone had fun. Everyone had a good time. No one wanted to go home. No one could wait until Susan turned 8.
Life will be better.
He was poor. He needed more money. He needed a good job. He had a job, but it wasn't a good job. It was a bad job. He was a waiter. He worked in a restaurant. It was a cheap restaurant. The meals were cheap. The customers were cheap. They usually gave him quarters for tips. Sometimes they gave him $1. Sometimes they gave him nothing. That made him angry. Why did they give him nothing? He was polite. He was helpful. Yet they gave him nothing. He wanted to kick those customers. But then he would go to jail. He didn't want to go to jail. So he went to school. School was free. He wanted to be a mechanic. He liked to fix things. He wanted to fix cars. He wanted to own a car shop. He would make money. He would hire other mechanics. That would work for him. He would buy a house. He would get married. He would have a family. Life would be good. Right now, life was bad. But he would make it better.
She's so hungry.
She likes magazines. She likes to look at the pretty photos. Magazines have photos of people. They have photos of animals. They have photos of clothes. They have photos of food. She sees a photo of a hamburger. It looks so delicious. The photo of the hamburger makes her hungry. She goes to the refrigerator. She opens it. She wants a hamburger, but there is no hamburger in the refrigerator. The hamburger is at McDonald's, but she is a little kid. She can't drive to McDonald's. She can't call McDonald's because they don't deliver. A hamburger place is not like a pizza parlor. A pizza parlor delivers. Her mom was at work. She would have to wait until Mom came home. She would drive her to McDonald's. She sat down again. She turned the page. There was a photo of chocolate ice cream. The ice cream was in a cone. Oh, what a beautiful photo. She licked her lips. It looked so delicious. Mom, please come home soon, she thought.
Wash your nose.
He wanted to wash his hands. His hands were dirty. They were dirty from the newspaper. All newspapers have black ink. The black ink got on his hands. When he rubbed his nose, he put black ink on his nose. His wife looked at him. She laughed. "Why are you laughing?" he asked. She said his nose was black. She handed him a mirror. He looked in the mirror. He said, "Yes, you're right. I have black ink on my nose. I look a little bit funny." "No, you look very funny," his wife said. She laughed again. He went into the bathroom. He turned on the water. He picked up the bar of soap. He rubbed the soap between his hands. He washed his face. He rinsed his face with water. He looked in the bathroom mirror. His nose was clean. There was no ink on his nose. He walked out of the bathroom. He wanted to show his wife his new nose.
An Impolite Bird.
A robin is a pretty bird. It has a red breast. It has black wings. It sings a pretty song. A crow is pretty too. It is completely black. It is shiny black. A crow is a big bird. It is a smart bird. It is a lazy bird. It watches people. People have food. They throw food into a garbage can. The crow flies down to the garbage can. It walks around the edge of the can. It looks for something tasty. It hops into the can. It picks out a potato chip. It flies into a tree. It eats the potato chip. Then it flies back to the garbage can. The robin sees the crow. The robin is hungry. It flies down to the garbage can. The crow yells at the robin. It says, "Get out of here! This can is my can!" The robin flies back into the tree. The crow is a greedy bird. It doesn't like to share with others.
Bears and a Pig.
The 3 bears left their cave. They lived in a beautiful cave. The cave was big. The cave was warm in winter. The cave was cool in summer. It was a quiet cave. It was a dark cave. They loved their cave. Today was Sunday. They liked to pick berries on Sunday. So they left their cave. They walked through the woods. They found a field of berries. Mama Bear had a basket. They filled the basket with blackberries and blueberries. Then they walked back to their cave. When they got inside the cave, they heard a noise. "Who is that?" Papa Bear asked. "It's only me," said a pig. "What are you doing here?" asked Papa Bear. "I'm hiding from the farmer," said the pig. "I think he wants to eat me." Papa Bear told the pig he could stay in the cave as long as he wanted. The bears shared their berries with the pig. Then the pig and baby bear took a nap together.
A windy day.
It's a windy day. The wind is blowing hard. Paper is blowing everywhere. The wind blew the man's hat off. It blew the woman's hat off. It blew a bird off the telephone wire. The other birds laughed. The wind keeps blowing. The trees are bending over. The people outside are bending over. The wind makes it hard to walk. The wind makes it hard to drive. The big trucks have to pull over. They have to stop on the side of the freeway. One driver did not stop. He was in a hurry. The wind blew his truck over. The big truck is on its side. The wheels are spinning in the wind. The driver was not hurt. He is waiting for a crane. The crane will pick up the truck. The crane will put the truck on its wheels again. The driver learned his lesson. He will never drive in the wind again. The wind makes it hard to fly, too. Pilots know the wind is dangerous. They do not fly their small planes in windy weather. They do not want to crash into the ground. A crash will kill them. They sit at the airport. They drink coffee. They wait for the wind to die down.
A bad economy.
The economy is bad. People are out of work. People are losing their jobs. People are getting laid off. People are getting fired. People want to work, but nobody is hiring workers. Nobody needs workers. Everyone has less money. Everyone is spending less. Everyone is buying less. Consumers are not buying anything extra. They are buying only what they need. They are not buying new cars. They are keeping their old cars. They are not buying new homes. They are staying in their old homes. They are not buying new clothes. They are wearing their old clothes. They are not taking vacations. They are staying home. They are not going to restaurants. They are doing things that are cheap. They go to the library. They go to the park. They go to the museum. They go to the beach. They stay home and watch TV. Life is hard. Life is tough. Everyone hopes the economy will get better soon. They hope the bad times will go away soon.
Snowed in.
More than 100 passengers got on the plane. It was a winter day. It was January. The weather was very cold. It was snowing. Ice was on the roads, but the airport was open. The big jets were flying. A little snow never stopped a big jet. Big jets fly all the time. They rarely crash in bad weather. They rarely crash in good weather. Big jets are very safe. The passengers got on the plane. It was 7 a.m. The plane was supposed to take off at 7:30 a.m. It did not take off at 7:30 a.m. It did not take off all morning. It did not take off all afternoon. The plane sat on the runway until 6:30 p.m. The passengers sat in the plane all day. The plane could not take off. The pilot could not see the runway. He could not see anything. The only thing he could see was his 2 hands. A little snow was okay, but this was a lot of snow. This was too much snow. But maybe the snow would stop. Then they could take off. So the pilot waited. The passengers waited. At 6:30 p.m., the pilot told the passengers to get off the plane. Everyone was happy to leave the plane. They went back into the airport. They waited for the snow to stop, but it didn't stop. It snowed for 2 more days.
Plants need water.
He loved his plants. His plants were in pots. There were 10 pots in back of the house. There were 8 pots in front of the house. There was a different plant in every pot. No plants were the same. They were all different. They were all beautiful. It was Friday. It was time to water the plants. He watered the plants once a week. He went outside. He grabbed the hose. It was green and long. It was about 40 feet long. He turned on the water. Water came out of the end of the hose. He watered each plant in back of the house. He watered each plant until the soil was dark and wet. He watered each plant until the soil was soft. Then he went out front. The hose out front was also green. It was 30 feet long. He watered all the plants out front. Puddles of water were around each pot. There were 8 puddles of water out front. Butterflies and bees visited the wet plants. He watched for a while. Then he went back inside. Next week, he would water the plants again.
My family's house.
We have a nice house. It has 3 bedrooms. It has 3 bathrooms. It is a 1-story house. It doesn't have any stairs. It doesn't have a second floor. It doesn't have a basement. It does have an attic. It has a chimney and a fireplace. It has a kitchen. It has a dining room. It has a living room. The living room has a big sofa and a big TV. Our living room is our family room. We watch TV together. We play games together. We play games like Scrabble and Monopoly. We enjoy those games. They are fun to play. We have a small front yard. We have a big backyard. We don't have a swimming pool. We don't have a garden. We have a 2-car garage. My mom has a blue Cadillac. My dad has a red Honda. I have a bicycle and a skateboard. My sister does too. She's a good skateboarder for a girl. We live on a quiet street. We never hear police sirens or fire sirens. I go to a nice school. Someday I will get married. I will own a nice house on a quiet street, and I will have a swimming pool in the backyard.
She writes letters.
She will write a letter to her grandma. She will write about her day at school. She will write about her classmates. She will write about her teacher. She will write about the classroom. She will write about her school bus. She will write about her school bus driver. She won't write about her pets. She won't write about her fat black cat. She won't write about her little red dog. She won't write about her soft white rabbit. She won't write about her big brown horse. That's because she doesn't have a big brown horse. Not yet. She wants a big brown horse for her birthday. She will write a letter to her daddy about the horse. She will ask her daddy for a big brown horse. A big brown horse will be a perfect birthday gift. She will never want another birthday gift. A horse will make her happy forever. The letter to her daddy will ask for a horse. Maybe Daddy will give her a horse. Then she will write a new letter to her grandma. She will tell Grandma about the new brown horse.
A headache.
He has a headache. His headache started an hour ago. His head feels like it will explode. Of course, his head wouldn't explode. It just feels that way. The headache is in the back of his head. That is where his headaches usually are. Sometimes he has headaches on the top of his head. Sometimes he has headaches in the front of his head. Sometimes his headaches are between his eyes. Sometimes his whole head hurts. But usually the back of his head hurts. His headache started while he was reading. Reading causes headaches for him. He hates his headaches, but he loves to read. He reads for only 15 minutes. Then he stops reading. He takes a break. If he reads for 16 minutes, he'll get a headache. So he tries to take a break every 15 minutes. But sometimes he forgets to take his break. Today, he forgot to take a break. Now he must wait until the headache goes away. It will take an hour or two. Then he can read again. But right now, he must live with the pain.
A lucky day.
Today was her lucky day. She was late for the bus, but the bus was late too. So she didn't miss her bus. She was late for work, but her boss was late too. So her boss didn't know that she was late. She didn't have any cash for lunch, but her friend had a 2-for-1 lunch coupon. So she got a free lunch. Her boss was feeling a little sick. He told everyone to take the afternoon off. She went to the park. A green piece of paper was under the park bench. She picked it up. It was a $5 bill. She looked around. Where did the money come from? There was no one around. She was the only one in the park. There were some birds and squirrels in the park, but this was not their money. This was her money. It was her lucky money. She went across the street to the liquor store. The lottery jackpot was worth $10 million. She bought 5 lottery tickets. She knew that one of them would be lucky. This was her lucky day.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands often. Wash your hands 10 times a day. Clean hands fight germs. Clean hands look good. Clean hands smell good. Everything you touch has germs. Money has germs. Germs live on money for days. Paper money is dirty. Metal money is dirty. Folding money is dirty. Coins are dirty. Everyone touches money. Sick people touch money. Wash your hands after you touch money. Door handles are dirty. Germs live on door handles for weeks. Germs love door handles. Everyone touches door handles. Sick people touch door handles. Wash your hands after you touch door handles. People are dirty. People have germs. Germs love people. Germs live on people for months. Wash your hands after you touch other people. Wash your hands after you hug other people. Wash your hands after you shake hands with other people. Wash your hands and wash some more. You can't wash your hands too often.
A bus accident.
There was a bus accident. The bus accident was near a dam. The bus ran off the road. The bus tipped over. 2 people died. 8 people were hurt. The bus driver was going too fast. The road is a 2-lane road. It is a narrow road. It isn't a wide road. The road is not straight. It bends a lot. It curves a lot. The road looks like a snake. The speed limit is 25 miles per hour. The bus was going 50 miles per hour. The passengers were afraid. The bus ran into a guardrail. Then the bus tipped over. Passengers yelled. Passengers screamed. Passengers fell down. Passengers fell on other passengers. Luggage flew through the air. Luggage hit people. Luggage hit people in the face. Luggage hit people in the head. The windows broke. The windshield broke. Glass was everywhere. Bodies were everywhere. Luggage was everywhere. The ambulances came. They took people to the hospital. The police came. They took the driver to jail.